everyone. First of all, welcome back. I hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend. I actually decided to take the week off. I had some videos planned and stuff that I wanted to do, but honestly, I didn't want to put that pressure on myself because this is really like a full-time job. There's a lot that goes into this. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself the week off, gave myself permission, and that's okay. So I came back fresh. I'm going to put out probably 2 videos this week. I even thought about going forward if that's what I should do is 2 videos, but again, it's a lot of work, so I don't want to put that pressure on me just yet. I try to do every Thursday, but maybe, I don't know, who knows, I'll put another one out. So, because I'm doing the history of beauty, I've also got a lot of other things planned going forward. So today I'm going to finish out the Egyptians, and then going forward, I'm going to do like a fun holiday series, and then, just dive in to the beauty world going forward. So if you want to stick around and finish out the history of the Egyptians with me, stay tuned. Okay, so we all know at this point that the Egyptians were my favorite for a lot of reasons. Yes, they were very vain. I myself am not vain, but I absolutely am in love with all things beauty. Like I don't believe that I'm a stuck-up human or that I'm unapproachable or anything in any of those ways, but I do like glam. Like glam is my absolute favorite. I love beautiful things, and so I just have fun playing in it all the time. I feel like the Egyptians, though, were very vain after everything I've studied. They just really were very concerned about looks and status and all that. So they also, on top of everything else, were very concerned about being as smooth as a baby wet seal, which is hilarious to me because it's like the beginning of time and they're like, what is this? And they're like, get rid of it now. So they actually invented basically waxing as it is today and tweezing. But as far as tweezing goes, they actually created tweezers by putting shells together and pinching and pulling. And it was very tedious, I'd imagine, because they had, from the head to the toe, root to tutor, they had to tweeze everything. They also use pumice stones to smooth out, and they have those little stone things. They're like little buffers now where you can buff away hair. I know everybody's seen them like on TikTok Shop and everything. So same kind of concept as back then. They used pumice stones, but they also were the innovators and inventors of sugaring, which if you don't know what sugaring is, it's a version of waxing, but it's less painful on your body. It doesn't, I've done it, so it's very, very much less painful than regular waxing, but it's still ripping out the hair in the same process. So they actually took beeswax and honey and sugar, and when they're mixed together, they created like this sticky ball substance, almost like those car cleaning, like those jelly things where they clean your car. It's like that. It's like you put it on and it balls all sticky, and then you rub it on, you move it, it would pull hair. So then they were like, oh, well, this is way faster, so let's do that. Sugaring is still very much how people remove their hair nowadays. We have shops all around that are sugar places, but it also was the way they created waxing. So they just took that concept and kind of like went through it throughout the years, and then they invented waxing in all forms. So, which is a big beast as it is today. So many different ways you can wax and sugar. But that's really what they did. They wanted to be smooth for vain reasons. And they did that. Next, the reason they shaved their heads was because of a couple of reasons also. One, it was vanity reasons. It was about nobility and also status and class. And the pharaohs did it. And both men and women did this. And I need to say that both men and women wore wigs also throughout the history of time. But really, men and women did it for nobility reasons, class and status. But again, because they were really big on physical purity, like full hygiene, they created wigs because they wanted to make sure they were bald up top and it protected them from lice. So the wigs were also protected from lice, but if they happened to get lice, they could also get rid of that and make a new wig. Wigs back then were very much like they are today as far as the way they're made and also like how much they cost based on what they're made with. So if you were really wealthy and you were high status, you wore 100% human wigs. And they could tell like how wealthy you were also by the way that they were like braided, the little braids that they would put into the wig, and the way the bob would sit and above the shoulders, depending on status also. And I call the next ones like the middle class wigs, but even though they were still really expensive to make and purchase, they were made from black sheep's wool. and they were still very much a type of hair that you could, you know, work with, and it still was a really good wig. Still expensive, but still a good wig. Middle class. And the lower class type wigs were really because everybody again wanted to be a part of the beauty industry, but not everybody could afford human hair. So they actually created those wigs with plant fibers and vegetable fibers, and then also mixed it with horsehair. So you could definitely tell the difference in the way the hair sat and was able to be styled and all that. But it was definitely a lower class wig. They also use wigs because when they were in the blazing hot sun again all day, they realized, well, shoot, now we're bald, we're burning up out here. So they actually used hair because hair was, it's made to regulate both hot and cold. And so they would wear it to protect their head from the sun. Which again, I just think is amazing. But the way they made them, again, is very much how it is today. They found these wefts, they created these wefts, and they would attach the hair with resin, beeswax, and they would also use animal fat to, you know, attach the hair to the wig and also to style it so it would set and make that perfect, beautiful bob. But again, that's just, it's my favorite. I think wigs are amazing. I personally don't wear wigs, unfortunately, just because of, I don't like anything tight on my head. I don't like anything on my head too long either. So I just can't stand that pressure or the itchy and all that. I get really weird about that. So unfortunately, I don't wear wigs. I love them. I think they're amazing. I think they're beautiful. The only thing I do wear though, sidebar, is the bangs that everybody's been seeing in the past couple videos. Those are actually clip-in bangs, and I do not gatekeep. Those are 100% human hair clip-in bangs, and I've had them for like 10 years. But I was able to find them on Amazon, and I will put the link below because I got a lot of questions on those bangs, and people were like, that's genius. They're my recommendation 100%. If you're thinking about cutting bangs, don't do it. Don't do it, because you know it never ends well. It lasts a day or two before you do it. But these are just a good way to try them out or change the look or get that look of bangs and not have to commit. So they'll be in the link below, and go crazy. But that's the only thing I wear as far as wigs go because, like I said, unfortunately, I have weird pressure issues and stuff in my head where I just get weird. So, but moving on finally to the last thing they mentioned was lashes. And we all know that these are my favorites. I love lashes. I'm not going to dive 100% into the lashes part because I have another video planned for that, but they were the creators of lashes. And how they did that was they actually would take this ointment and a brush and that coal again, and they would just place it and like fan out the lashes and build off of that to create thicker, fuller lashes. And it also started creating a little bit of length. They would build on it. So eventually though, they started adding in human hair, horse hair, and other fibers as well. But this was also for not just a look of allure, like they were like, oh, look how beautiful my eyes stand out now. It makes them pop. They also did it because when they were out in the blazing hot sun again in the desert and all the dust and stuff that would pick up out there, that they were realizing that the lashes would actually catch a lot of that and prevent all that stuff from going into their eyes. So then it became a part of, you know, like almost like medicinal for them, like was protecting them eyes from getting any bacteria in there and any dirt and dust so they didn't get infections. So I absolutely love the Egyptians. They're my favorite in history. I really hope that you enjoyed the series about the Egyptians. And this was just a fun way for me to kind of get my foot in the door, start making videos, but also give a fun history lesson in the process. Because again, I think in order to talk about what's going on today and all the things at Sephora, the palettes and this and that, we had to go back to where it all started. So it's just amazing to me that thousands and thousands of years ago this took place, and a lot of it is still very much the same way things are going on today. Well, again, I love this type of history, and I know that makes me kind of a beauty nerd, but that's fine. That's who I am. I want it. But I hope you enjoyed it, and going forward, I'm going to do, again, whatever feels good to my soul in the beauty. I'm going to, dive into trying new products and testing out things for you guys and doing fun little series. I'm 45 again, so stuff for mature skin and stuff that, feels good to me. But I'm not going to put any pressure on it to where I'm like, start hating this, because I absolutely love what I'm doing. And I encourage anybody out there, whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, to me, the most beautiful thing and the sexiest thing and just the funnest thing in life that you could do is stop giving a shit what everybody thinks or feels and do what's right for your soul and go after your dreams. I know that this might be a weird dream of mine or just, doing other things, but this is just something that I enjoy and I love, and I'm going to keep doing it. Like I said, whether one of you watches it, 3 of you watch it, or 3,000, I don't care. I'm just doing this for me, and I hope that you guys will take from that and do whatever makes you happy. I'm also going to do another YouTube channel. I've decided that's going to be music, because a lot of you don't know that I sing, and some of you know that I sing, and I haven't sang for many of years, but I am singing again, and I want to record that and kind of leave a legacy for my babies. So I just decided that I'm going to do that also. So there's a lot planned from coming up in 2025 that I'm really excited about, and I love it if you guys hang out with me and follow my journey. But as far as that goes, this is the Egyptian series finished out, finito. And I will see you on the next video going forward. So I hope you have an amazing week. And until then,